Good evening, and thank you for joining me tonight for a new kind of tutorial. It might not be a very classic tutorial. Actually, you may never use it. I'm going to show you how to make an 18th century hairstyle like those we see on these classical paintings, and that will remind you of Marie Antoinette, which is also Our Lady's name here tonight. This hairstyle involves a lot of curls and back combing, so it may be easier to do on someone else's head, especially if you have long hair. And yes, good news, you can do it even with medium hair, but it's better if it's quite thick. Personally, I have very long, straight, thin hair, so basically everything we don't want for this hairstyle. We are going to use a few modern tools, most of them you already have, and we are going to need time as well because we are going to create no-heat curls and we might need 8 hours to let them rest, meaning one night is usually perfect. So let's have a look at what we are going to need. Curlers. These were very popular in the 80s and 90s, and I think my mother bought these in the 90s, and they're still in very good condition. I often use them to get curls or waves, and it works very well. And if you don't have curlers, you can use rags. I will show you how. I will also use a bit of olive oil because we want the hair to be slightly greasy, and since Our Lady here has real hair, it will help the hairstyle to hold. Of course, we are going to need a brush and a comb. And a bit of hairspray. I've always enjoyed liquid shaking in ASMR videos. And finally, we will use hair ornaments as well. I took some jewelry and ornaments I used in previous videos, but you can use whatever you'd like. It can be feathers, pearls, ribbons, flowers, hairpins, anything really. And that's it. So first I'm going to sort the curlers. As you can see, there are 2 different colors. The yellow are the smaller curlers and the blue ones are the biggest, and I'm going to use each size for a specific area of the head. as you can see, there are way more small colors, 4 small colors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. 16 small colors and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 larger colors. Alright, and now we are going to take care of the hair. This poor Marie Antoinette has been in a moving box for weeks, and we are going to give her hair a good brushing because we don't want any knot. Here we go. let's use the brush again. Let's get back on the other side again. It looks good. It is much better. And now let's make this hair a bit greasy. We are going to use the olive oil. And of course, this is the perfect time to give your model a scalp massage if you wish. And here we go. Again. Of course, you don't need to wear gloves. Olive oil is very good for your skin as well. And that should be enough. let's give it final brushing. So it can evenly spread the oil on the hair. On the other side. And it looks good. Now the hair is ready to be styled. And we are going to use the smaller curlers first on the top of the head, because this is where we want the biggest volume, and it's easier with small tight curls that we are going to tease. So I'm going to start on the front. I'm taking a strand of hair, placing the curler, and I'm going to roll it towards the face. And it's as simple as that. Let's keep going. Same here. here we have our hedgehog, and now we are going to use the biggest curlers on each side and at the back of the head. This is where we want beautiful large curls. And if you're using rags, it is quite the same. Taking a strand of hair and rolling it. And this is where you want a tight knot. It might not be as tight as a curler, but it will do. So for this part I'm taking thicker strands. Alright, as you can see, I've used a few more rags because I didn't have enough curlers. And now this is where you want to be patient because we are going to leave this for several hours. Usually what I do when I use curlers is that I spend the night with them. I'll be honest, this is not the most comfortable thing to sleep with, but at least you don't have to go to work looking like a hedgehog. So I'll be back tomorrow, and for now, let her rest. So it's been almost one day, which is more than enough, and now I'm going to take the curlers off and see the result. And I'm going to start with the smaller ones on the top. Here we go. Actually, it's better than expected. Look at this. Very tight curls. Just perfect. Right. last small one. Good. And now the bigger ones. It looks quite messy here. Okay. Good. These curls are a bit loose, but this is what we want, not the back of the head. Alright, now let's remove the rags. This should give us loose curls. But at least these are historically accurate. Not bad. Not bad at all. Good. And the last one. Seems good to me. And now this is the funniest part. We are going to undo the curls on the top of the head and tease the hair until we get this tower of hair that will stand on its own. And I'm going to undo the curls with my fingers first, and then I'll use my trusty comb. Here we go. As you can see, this is going to give us a lot of volume. to tease all this mass of hair. Here we go. It's taking shape. Usually this is not this kind of comb that you use for teasing, but this is the only one I have, so now you can use some hairspray. And now we're going to gently bring this shape back and be very careful to not flatten the hair. We want this beautiful curved shape. And once you have found something that pleases you, you can just pin it. and you can start to play around with the different strands to achieve the shape that you want. I'm going to use a few strands from the sides and place them like this. And pin it. Same here. That looks good. And now we're going to take care of the back of the head. There is no specific rule here. I'm going to do something very simple. I'm just going to take these loose curls, I'm going to hold them and pin them and try to arrange them so we don't see the pins. Let's start. So let's take this curl here. I'm going to roll it. If I can. And pin it. So we can see some pins here, but I'm going to hide them with more curls. Good. We've got 2 curls left. And the last one. That we're going to place here so we don't see the scalp. Right. just going to play around with the curls so I get nice shapes at the back. I am gently pulling some strands to get a bit of volume at the back as well. I want something a bit messy, but I don't want to lose the shape of the curls. Please don't be too hard on me. It's only the second time I'm doing this. Okay, let's put a bit of hairspray. Okay. And it's done. It's not perfect, I know, but I'm quite satisfied with the result. And as you can see, even with medium hair, you can achieve this voluminous hairstyle. And I like the way we keep the waves of the curls. It's beautiful. And if you have longer hair, you can let one or two curls of the back resting on your shoulder. We don't really have any shoulder here, but you get the idea. And now we are going to add a few hair ornaments, and there is no limit here on what you can do. And here I have some feathers and hat pins, pearls, and you can use necklaces as well. And I'm going to try with peacock feathers. Let's take 3 of them, and here we go. I'm going to put them not quite in the center of the hairstyle, but slightly left or right, depending on how you look at it. Alright, and now I'm going to add a few beads. Again, we want to be gentle. We don't want to break the volume. Another one here. I think I wanted to keep it quite simple. I'm just going to see if more pearls would be nice. No, it's a bit too much for me. No. I'm going to secure the feathers with one last pin. Okay, good. Et voilà. I've made this only once before and I've wanted to do it again since, as a kind of training. And even though it's not perfect, I'm quite happy with it. As you can see, it is not very difficult, but you need time and patience. And you may come across a few knots when undoing the hairstyle, but a bit of conditioner should do. So let me know if you'd like to give it a try just for fun. And as always, I wish you a